Oh, wow.
Okay.
Did you
I
get
don't know
that
why I
too?
did that. That was
I
weird.
know. Continue.
That must be a new update
I
because they
know.
it's probably
Yeah,
somebody
it's a new
sneaking
update.
recording people and being
Right.
creepy. Oh, come on.
We'll blend
That
it
ain't
into the
cool.
show. R.I.P. Rest in peace, comedian and writer Paul Gladney, aka Paul Mooney, with works such as Jesus is Black and So is Cleopatra. He once told a joke about his grandchild being half Black and half Mexican, which he referred to as a Blexican or Blaxican. He said his grandchild was very talented because he could bounce a basketball and pick oranges at the same time. Hey, yo! Okay, let me get my Negro Damas on and say that at least 2 teams from the NFC East will have records above 500. I mean, we all said that earlier.
I agree.
So put some respect on our team's names, all right? And as for Chef Curry, who left his spice rack and recipe book in Brooklyn and on the trainer's table at the Oracle facilities, I predict that he will team up with LBJ, AD, and the Lakers to make the Lost AAU Lakers. Book it! The Green-Eyed Bandit and the Western Conference Dubs got bounced out of the playing game by Ja Rasta Morant. Y'all saw that?
Oh yeah.
And we all picked
Man was
him.
on a
Thought it
mission.
was going for sure, right? Ain't no guarantees. And he put up 47 last night. Well, Curry, there's a new guy in town, a new sheriff in town. Another observation. I know you're going to like this, Chris. Andre Drummond, a.k.a. Mr. Drummond with different strokes. Give Bron some big doubles if they are to repeat. Man, that's just a fact. What you talking about, Dennis?
Basically, I agree.
Another one. If you're not sweeter than Freddie Jackson or Little Nas X sipping on Kool-Aid or licking a lollipop, please stop rocking these Hugger Butts, fam. Please. The Hugger Butts Capris too? Y'all gotta get rid of that. Who raised ya?
Do you enjoy space and comfort? Like,
tell me, man, what's going on?
I'm way too tall for all that.
I'm not down with the skinny jeans either, man.
We're back, like Stephen A's hairline and where it's heading. High water pants and back. For Pete's sake, for all fans who think that if they pay for a ticket, they can act a fool by spitting or throwing items at players, just stop, because we all know if you were to repeat that same act in these streets, you know the outcome. And stop acting like y'all some tough guys out there. Not to infuse race into this matter, but I just wonder what ethnicity they belong to. Now, whoever or whomever is the weak, pathetic pea-brain coward that keeps leaving nooses, 8 of them so far, at a construction site for an Amazon distribution center in Windsor, Connecticut, please do us all a favor and get a life and a mental evaluation. Look, it's plain to see you're crying out for help, but this is not the sensible path to take. However, this only leads me to wondering, who raised you? Animals, obviously. Let the hype begin again, my friends. Check it. Facebook is just a nasty chain letter, y'all. And a Snuggie is just a furry sleeping blanket with holes in it. Suckers! Go ahead and smack that red button to subscribe and then click that notification bell. Then you can like and share this content with others. And it's spelled GUERRILLA Podcast Sports by way of YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and more platforms to come in the very near future. Take the extra mile and see how lonely it is, but it can be very rewarding as well. Let's get it. Keeping it centennial without celebrating the years. That means keeping it 100. Too hot to handle, too cold to hold. What's poppin'? And greetings to our listeners and viewers. Often imitated, but never, ever duplicated. We are Guerrilla Podcast Sports, also known as GPS, with the segments E.or that features island picks and clean sweeps, because as you can see, we are peeps. The Grapevine and the 500-pound gorilla in the Zoom. Look, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel, but we just don't want to wait 100 years before we put them on a suitcase. And we sent a man to the moon prior to this. Rolling luggage? I don't think so. So let's keep it moving because we got to give the people what they want and need, you dig? And this is how we're going to do it. Now, starting as wise man, my ace and brother who bleeds the other colors of burgundy and gold. The mathematical whiz, born and raised in the DMV, but now back from vacationing in Virginia Beach and podcasting from just outside of the steel city of Pittsburgh, PA, aka the voice of reason. Oh man, Peter Dubz.
What it do? What it do?
What it
100
do?
years, baby.
Yes, sir.
100
I see it.
years.
I'm loving it.
May 30th.
Let's
Do
pay
your
homage,
history.
y'all.
Read
Let's
up
pay
on it.
homage. All right. And now, podcasting from his DJ booth at Fishtails in Ocean City, Maryland, while leading the youth movement, an Eagles and Lakers fan from De Uno, music producer and DJ, aka KOTJ, creating masterpieces in the labs and on the wheels of steel. But like a modern day power forward, he drops jewels and dimes all the time with inside scoops and solid picks as a great podcaster with a tremendous upside. I'm man, Chris B.
Lakers in 5.
Okay, that's just 6. Give one extra game. And now, showing stick-to-itiveness while repping the Cowboy Nation and Generation X, acting as a restaurant, club, and bar owner during the COVID era, filling in as a waiter, cook, bartender, DJ, and sometimes a vaccinator. Yours truly, Uncle P, aka the Human Theragun. So, if you are seeking informed sports info that is never outdated, then you're at the right location. So let's huddle up and gather some of this sports info and knowledge with spectacular vernacular on another episode of the 500
500-pound gorilla in the Zoom.
What it do, familia? What it do? Just on time. You see how we did that? GPS, baby. I love it. Look at here, look at here, look at here. A super fan in the Hall of Fame. Stop the asininity already. Nav Bhatia, Hall of Fame. Child, please. I'm rolled too tight. You can't pull me. All right, y'all.
I guess it's because he's not a celebrity. So, like, you can go Spike Lee or Jack Nicholson.
Thank you.
But, he's just
some guy
he's
who
a regular
throws
guy.
a towel in the air every time you shoot a free throw. Nah,
Yeah.
bro. He probably got a lot of money. Those Sink Indians. They
paid for it, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be bankrolled. So yeah, I can see how that goes. But we ain't buying into that, man. Come on, y'all. We got more important things to do. Like this. We're gonna talk about catching up with A-Rod, Deshaun.
Watson. That boy is good.
Good and terrible.
Good and terrible.
Allegedly. Tebow and AB. So, what y'all got on these guys, man? Y'all want to talk about A-Rod?
Yeah, man.
Mm.
I tell you, man, he sure is enjoying that vacation.
Mm-hmm.
While his teammates are busting their chops at OTAs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
He's a veteran. He don't need it.
Did you hear the statement though he put out about the organization afterwards?
Uh-uh.
No. He was like praising them. He was like, "Oh, the Packers are this." I didn't really go verbatim into what he said, but
recently
it was very positive sentiments. I was like, "This is like a roller coaster ride," and I'm ready to get off. I want to figure out what's going to happen. Are you going to stay with Green Bay or are you not? He's saying that the Jordan Love signing didn't really affect him.
That's why he was taking all those shots at tequila, or he was just promoting his brand or something.
I don't know.
Affected it to me.
it's too much. I'm like, can we send him somewhere or keep him on the team? I don't know. Pick one or the other. Like, get rid of him or keep him. Like,
it's interesting with him because everyone for dramatic sake wants to point to the picking of Jordan Love.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it started the year before that. I think it started with the bad calls that his coach made in crunch time in the NFC Championship 2 years ago.
Yep. Him and LaFleur bumping
him and
heads.
LaFleur are not on the same page, man.
Yeah.
And when it looks like they are, it's because Aaron's improvising and LaFleur's letting him do it, and not saying anything. So, but yeah, man, I wish it would just be over and done with.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he's a veteran. He's skipping OTAs. Lots of veterans do that.
Yes, they do.
You know, that's not a major thing.
It's
to
a
me.
rookie thing.
Yeah.
Or
But,
like younger players.
Yeah, but if he misses something, once he misses something mandatory,
training camp,
that'll be the test.
Yeah, because then there's some l'argent or some money involved.
Right.
This whole A-Rod dilemma reminds me of a younger me being ready to dump my girlfriend to so-called upgrade. Not realizing that the upgrade might come with some bad habits, you know, that I couldn't really see at the onset. But after dating her for a couple of weeks, I see all the blemishes and her faults. They start to appear. So just remember that not everything that glitters is a diamond, and could be a murky center cubic zirconia, giving you a feeling of buyer's remorse. I remember being at the beach in Nags Head, North Carolina, you know, where Julian grew up, right? And I was walking past this guy, and on his T-shirt, it read, "No matter how pretty she looks, she was once someone else's problem."
Yes.
So, you know, it's like, bro, you know, I get it.
That's
Anyway,
perspective right there, boy.
Yeah, you know, somebody ain't want it, you know, that's why she's single. But Deshaun, on the other hand, man, it's like the puffer fish, the sushi that you see on the sushi menu, right? And if you have a sushi chef who does not know how to prepare properly, it could end up being a fatal dish, right? The team that wants him may end up giving away too much, like you were talking about, Dubs and also Chris B. You might get him, but what do you have to get up to give him? And it might just wreck your salary cap for quite some time. So keep that in mind.
Recent report from ESPN says the suit against him won't be deposed until February 22nd of 2022.
Right.
So we might see him on the Texans or whatever team. Well, I think it's still going to be the Texans.
If he decides to play.
Yeah. So unless Roger Goodell steps in and does some suspension type disciplinary action before the case, which is, I guess, known to be very strange. I'm like, they wouldn't give him suspension before the case.
Right.
So I'm thinking he might play this season.
Goodell now, he's done some things in the past where I'm like, dude.
Yeah, he got booed at the NFL draft as soon as he walked to this podium. So he's going to do something weird.
Right.
I can easily foresee Deshaun deciding not to play this season.
Just sitting it out.
It's just
that 40 mil.
Why deal with the hassle? Look, they no longer have JJ Watt, so the defense is going to suck. Tyrod Taylor, he's okay. But the team, I mean, how much are they going to improve over the number of wins they had last year? Not by much.
With the new head coach.
And with the new head coach. So why deal with the possibility of a worse record than a year ago, and the constant barrage of all these crazy questions from reporters about this part of the case and that case, and this woman saying this and that woman saying that, and how do you feel about the lawyer this, and why even go there? Why, you know, he can afford to take a year off. If I'm him, I'm taking that year off.
Yeah, but I can still give you 39 million reasons why you would want to come back, because man, that's still 39 million.
Yeah, but see, that's the difference between being in your 20s and being in your 50s.
Right.
I'm 53, and if there's any one thing I know at this point in life, keep that drama the hell away from me.
That's true. I'll even say in your at 40. If he was Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, which is, I've already saved up enough money, so you can't really sway me with that. But he just got his career started. He just signed that contract last year, and I know he has mad responsibilities that he has to take care of. So just him eating that 40 million, That's gonna be hard to do, man.
Yeah.
And I guarantee the press will be relentless, especially say if he returns to training camp and does like a press conference, they're going to be asking all the questions about the allegations, nothing about what you did on the field.
Oh yeah. No matter how much he says, I'm only here to talk about football.
Right. He can
Yeah,
give you the
yeah.
Bill Belichick all day, but they're gonna
Oh,
be like,
yeah.
bro, we're
They're
gonna
gonna be
circle and come right back to that question
Their job.
again.
It's their
Yeah.
job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. All right. Let's talk about your boy Tim Tebow. I don't know whose
You
boy
have
it is,
to.
but
You
yeah.
have to.
He might be missing his true calling, I believe. But what y'all think? Is his true calling being a tight end for the Jags?
And you know his jersey sales went up as soon as they got to announce his number 85, and he was like the number one selling jersey or something. It's just irritating to see Cap still not get his opportunity because the stance that he took. Tebow switched sports, got his way almost to playing in the actual majors, and said, "Nah, I'm gonna go back to NFL," and then had the privilege to do so and switch positions and still get signed. And it's mind-boggling. He switched sports. He's probably not even in NFL like ready shape. Probably he's still an athlete, and he's learning a completely new position. And he gets signed, no questions asked.
Shoot, his daddy is a coach.
Yeah. And the big thing there for me is just like with Deshaun Watson, if he were to come back, he's going to deal with never-ending questions about this and that, no matter how much he says he's only there to talk about football.
Right.
Well, with the cronyism and the nepotism going on between Urban Meyer and Tebow, why isn't anyone asking those questions? So Tim, what is it you have on Urban that is allowing him to sign you to a contract? So Urban, what is it that Tim has on you that's allowing you that's forcing you to sign him to a contract?
Right.
Screenshots.
That's what those are the questions that should be asked right now, because it's insane. I mean, I would love to sit here and not talk about Tim Tebow, because on some level it's a non-issue to me, because
he hasn't played in I don't know how many years, and he's not even going to be playing his position.
Right.
So you're right.
And there's and how many quarterbacks are there in the league right now collecting checks when they shouldn't even be? They wouldn't have even qualified for the USFL at its worst. But yet they're in the league, and our boy Kaepernick is not in the league. That just makes me want to throw up. It really does. So.
Well, I say he might be missing his true calling as a youth minister, not a fifth string tight end.
Exactly.
Which means not making the 53-man roster, but making the practice squad. So you're selling all these jerseys for somebody who might be on, but you're going to have those people near the Bible Belt or around the Bible Belt who really root for this guy. And, because he's a Christian, and they're going to say, hey, if you want to buy his jersey on that, and I would say it's smart business move. What's the owner of the Jags again? The Indian guy?
The Indian guy.
Khan or something like that?
Something like
Khan. Yeah, well, he's conning them. I look at it like that. Anyway, we spent enough time talking about Tebow. Moving on. Now we're going to talk about my boy AB. What do y'all think about AB? He just passed his physical and is now officially been signed to the defending Super Bowl champions, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What y'all think?
Revenge tour. He's going to be a bigger role. And don't let Chris Godwin go down on a couple games because of injury, because then he'll just show off again.
Yeah,
you already know Tom Brady, that's his favorite target, and that's why when everything went down before when he was with the Patriots and they had to get rid of him, he was upset. So he was like, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go to the Bucs.
Right.
They'll let me do whatever I want there, and clearly they're letting him do whatever he wants because AB is on the active roster and will show out again this season.
And I think just as long as they didn't make him like the main target and had him a Pro Bowl year and all that, they could kind of temper things. And I think he came in late. He wasn't there from the beginning of the year anyway.
He missed the first 8 games. He came back in week 9.
But they were like, hey, just let me get that touchdown in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? TB12. Much obliged. Just get open. We're going to throw it to you. So, yeah. What you say, Dubs?
Man, You know, a year ago at the beginning of the season, simply because of the fact that Tom Brady went to the Bucks receiving core then catapulted from like seventh or eighth best in the league to the
Mm-hmm.
number one receiving core because of who was going to be throwing the ball to them.
Mm-hmm.
They right now have the exact same receiving core, and they have AB in the fold.
Yep. And a returning OJ
So,
Howard.
and you're right. So the
um,
rich
a
He's
get
got
healthy,
super depth.
a healthy. What was the 6'4" guy? Evans. He
Mike
was hurt
Evans, yeah.
most of last year.
Mike Evans, yes.
So a healthy guy, that's even more. And then he's not going to be pressing as hard because he's not in that position when he was with Jameis. And then like, I'm the main target. I'm the main target. There's enough to go around.
Scotty Miller.
And somebody else went there. I'm trying to.
His last name is Johnson. It's funny.
Yeah.
Number 18.
Yeah.
I forgot his name. But yeah, he's also pretty good too.
Yeah. So I just don't see how you can go from being a top 5 receiver in the NFL to become a fringe player because of your behavior, bro. I just don't know. You're messing up the bag, fam. So get it right. Make sure you do whatever you need to do off the field to get things right. I think he has to pay some money off or something like that.
Yeah.
Right. And stay out of trouble. After that, man, the sky's the limit.
That's 17 games.
Yeah. But the thing is, the last item that he's dealing with is actually from, I think, late 2018 or early 2019. So technically what that means is he's gone that long without anything, without being in the news, without anything negative, with no negative press.
Pretty good for him.
Huge for him. Yeah, man.
No tantrums, no throwing of any objects. So yeah, man, you're good to go.
I just want to see what Tampa's looking like week 1 and week 10. Week 1 against the Cowboys.
You know what's going to happen week 1.
And week 10 against the Washington football team. That's all I got to say.
All right.
Well, a good matchup, though.
We're going to expose them.
I think we might get them early. And because we might get them early, everybody's going to be like, you guys, it is. Yeah. But I just realized, I was like, you know what? Not only was Dak gone last year, but his bookends were gone too. Both Leo Collins and my man Smith. So all this stuff people talking about, Zeke's motivated. We'll return to that in a second.
Here we go.
Woo! The NFC East Chronicles is back on the 500-pound gorilla in the Zoom. All right. Before we dive into this, I want y'all to know that I had an epiphany recently. I was in the shower the other day because that's where I do most of my deep thinking. And I thought to myself, self, you have lived or spent significant time in all of these major cities that represent our NFC East teams. Did y'all know that? I think you do. And all but one of these teams in the NFC East are being repped accurately with the names. Y'all know where I'm going with this. So this is what I came up with. Washington. There are many museums and statues, but never, ever have I seen a reservation in DC or 2 Native Americans walking down the street together. Have you, Dubs? Have you, Chris? I don't think so. Unless there was a conference, maybe, or a protest going on or something of that nature. Come on, y'all. Let's keep it real. They used to call it Washington, All right. Philadelphia. When I lived, and I lived there too, I never, ever spotted an eagle. New York. I have never came across a giant, any giants for that matter. However, I have seen many Cowboys in and around Dallas and Texas as a whole. So, to Washington, I will say the monuments. Makes sense, right? Philadelphia, the pigeons. Sounds about right. And as for New York, the rats, the rodents, or the rat bastards. Perfecto. Not crickets, but cicadas coming from those midgets fans or those rat bastard fans. So now let's get it. Since Defense wins championships. Who has the best defense in our division? I'll let you hold on.
I might not be as homery this go around.
I know we're
Okay.
calling
I
this.
don't think. Yeah, we you know.
I know we're calling this
looking at
NFC Chronicles, but we may as well call it Homer City again.
Nah, I might not be this homery.
This is for Dubs, number 8. See that? Eight.
Uh-huh.
All right. Let me shake it up. And he got 10 again. Damn, Chris, you be getting them 10s. Chris, start us off.
But ranking, we're ranking.
Yeah, rating defenses from 1 to 4 in our division.
Number one, I'm going with the Washington football team. D-line's ferocious. They got some pretty good secondary talent through free agency, and they got rid of Ronald Darby, which is super smart. Eagles fans should know getting rid of Ronald Darby is the key to success. Second rank is the Eagles defense.
Okay.
We rank second in either second or third in sacks in the league, just off the D-line alone. So getting Ryan Kerrigan, getting some linebacking help from Eric Wilson, and a couple pieces for the secondary could bolster that a little bit. Please, we should just sign my man from the Steelers. What's his name? Steven Wilson or something like that.
Okay.
The free agent that they cut. Oh, Steven Nelson. Come on, Howie. Sign Steven Nelson so we can get some more veteran backup to groom these young cornerbacks to get a tight secondary so we can have that lockdown defense like we had before. Number 3, I'm going to midgets. Just because they have more wins than them boys. So, and they have a pretty good what's his name? Singletary? Not Singletary.
What is it, safety?
Oh, no. Yeah, one of the other safety's pretty good. Not the other one, but forgot his name. 34.
Oh,
but
Peppers? Jabril Peppers?
Yeah. Who got
it's
injured?
him and somebody. They got a young one guy.
Right.
They got a young guy too, a younger guy who's pretty good. But they have a pretty good little mesh of defensive talent. Just needs to get better execution, and they need to get a better offense. Be off the field a lot less. So if they do those improvements, they can be better. And them boys is last because
coming up the rear.
Last year
we broke all kind of records last year.
Yeah, I mean, I can't
not positive records, but you know.
Yeah, you did all the negative things, and I can't give you that notoriety if you made a couple plays here, but on the other end, you just did most rushing yards in NFL history allowed or something like that. You got to really, really jump back into the fray. Maybe your boy Micah Parsons will change that. We'll see.
We shall see. All right. What you got, Dubs?
Well, not trying to be a homer, but being a homer. Number 1 is my Washington defense. You know,
call it like you see.
Yeah. Don't even have to say too much on that one. I think surprisingly though, number 2 defensively in the NFC East, I think is Dallas. I think Micah Parsons is going to be a difference maker.
Right.
I think the DB is going to be a difference maker. But more importantly, I think whatever scheme Daniel Quinn puts in his place,
yep.
He'll have the luck of the Irish with him. And I think their defense is going to be drastic. I think they're going to be the most improved defense.
Oh yeah,
in
definitely.
The NFC East. Not
coming from 29 or 28 rank, yeah. Middle of the pack.
So I have Philly 3rd, and I have the Giants or the Midgets dead last.
The basement. The midgets. We call them midgets for a reason.
Yeah.
All right.
I see the Midgets offense putting their defense in some really, really bad spots. And
Daniel Jones is not that guy. I keep telling everybody this.
He's not that guy. Saquon, they still don't have Saquon's back, but they still don't have a good offensive line.
Right.
And Saquon can't do it all by himself.
Strut
And
dying.
and note to self, Galladay, they'll be lucky if he plays 8 games.
Yeah.
So
He's injured a
yeah.
lot.
hmm
It's gonna be the young man show in New York with Kadarius, Slayton,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
Shepard.
Yeah. All right. All right. So mine, 1 through 4, goes like this. I have the Washington football team at number 1. No surprise. All right.
Clean sweep.
Clean sleep on that. Number 2 might surprise y'all. I have the Philadelphia Eagles. Looking at what they did last year, I'm thinking to myself, okay, they have continuity on that side of the ball. I don't think Sirianni's going to mess with that too much. He's trying to leave the defense to the defense. And, the additions that they have, they'll be able to, I guess, hold the fort. But at number 3, I have my Cowboys. My Cowboys are going to be much improved with DQ as DC because he's so good. He is ridiculous. Got that? All right. If you're thinking to yourself, I've heard that somewhere before. Yeah, it's the slogan for Dairy Queen. All right. But don't get it twisted. He's not softy. He's no softy. Having more practice time with a comprehensive spring and summer program and an extra preseason game to note, and a near perfect attendance for voluntary workouts with OTAs and mini camps, we are headed in the right direction. Watch out for Cubo. That's Quentin Bohanna and Mr. Odiggy. Yeah, those are the middle because we haven't had that in the middle of our defense for a long time, y'all. Y'all been getting away with a lot of stuff. So the linebackers looking kind of regular because, they don't have that guy in the middle. But now with that 330-pound nose tackle, we'll see how things will change. And the dwarves are the doormats. See, I switch it from the midgets to the dwarves. I guess that's somewhat politically correct. However, these two defenses at the top might flip. That's your Eagles and your Washington football team, Dubs. Yeah, they might flip the script off because their offenses might just sputter during the season, leaving their defenses susceptible and vulnerable. Flipping sides. So yeah, that's how I have it. All right. So flipping sides now, we're gonna go to the offense. Who has the most potent offense in our division? B.
One would be Dallas because of Dak.
Okay.
The most talented QB right now in our division, in my opinion. I mean, injury pending, the return we'll see if he still has that athleticism. After recovering from
seeing him working his hips. What he's doing before the game.
We'll see if he's doing that anymore before them pregame warm-ups.
He needs to flex that ankle that way too.
Yeah, I feel like you're gonna see a different warm-up process before the game start with Dak. Number 2, I'm giving it to, of course, my Eagles. That rushing attack is going to be deadly with a 3-headed monster with Hurts, Sanders, and either Kerryon Johnson or Boston Scott, however you want it. You can even throw Gainwell in there if you want to. Okay. I just think that rushing attack is going to leave defenses on their heels. You're going to be like, what's going on? Too much unpredictability. And with those young wide receivers ready chomping at the bit to prove to everyone that they're not a bust, Rieger. Right. And of course, the Heisman winner Devontae Smith. And no one continues to talk about him, but I'm going to keep talking about him. Travis Fulgham. He was talked about those 4 weeks when he was dominating. He will be talked about the entire season because he will once again be dominating. No one's talking about this man is going to be great, and I hate that no one's giving him any press.
Is he working a lot with the number 1 quarterback, Hurts?
I think they had some scheduled workouts before OTAs.
Okay,
so he was working.
There's some familiarity there because if he did what he did with Carson Wentz, I can think he can be much improved with Hurts.
not only that, I'm like him pairing with Sirianni, who is in love with Chris route running, which he was already showing when he was doing his dominant 4-week stretch. It's going to be like a match made in heaven. I'm like, it's going. This is the guy. I'm sold on Fulgham, the ODU darling himself.
Okay.
And of course, Goddard and Ertz is still on the roster. So please remember that.
Yeah, they haven't gone anywhere.
Second most potent offense will be them. Third most potent would be, of course, the Washington football team. You got the burners with McLaurin and Samuel, and you got Gibson in the backfield. Quarterback, who knows? Fitz magic, Fitz tragic. But I believe in Heineke as their second string because he definitely showed promise. Wow. And he will also add the unpredictability because he also is very athletic along with a pretty good decision maker. So that gives me that. I think he's better than Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Because the Giants are the last. Even though they have all that talent surrounding him, I don't think Daniel Jones is the dude. He just doesn't prove it to me.
Yeah, unless he really surprises us in the year,
yes,
was it 3?
He'll have a good game, then have a completely bad game, and he'll be pedestrian. Like it's not. There's a lot of inconsistency there, and there's a lot of talent around him. You shouldn't be that inconsistent with that much talent around you. It just boggles my mind. So Giants is last for me, and there is my rankings.
Cool. What you got, Dubs?
Chris B hit the nail on the head, man. I have the exact same picks in the exact same order. Dallas, Philly, Washington, and the Smidgets.
The Smidgets.
Yeah, I mean it was. Well, let's see if Uncle Pete can clean sweep it.
We'll see. Okay.
I don't know. I don't think
we'll see. Let's see. What do I have here?
How is he not going to put Dallas first?
I don't know. I mean, it could happen. It's a possibility, but not this year. Easy, obvious, and a no-brainer. Them boys. Let's just say those dogs can hunt. And according to Zeke's neighbors, they can attack and bite too. The same team that led the league in most offensive categories after the first 5 weeks of the 2020 wear your damn mask, social distancing, and empty stadium season. Okay, my Alice Cowboys. Look at him. No, in 2021, my DCDQ will restore order by putting the D back in Dallas, aka Big D. Bon diddly D. We got our own thing, giving us short fields to boost our offensive productivity even more so. That's how I see it, y'all. So number 1. Number 2, drum roll. The Giant Rats. Yeah. If Saquon is not Saquon pre-knee surgery, then they will be past happy. Okay. And after years of dealing with, oh no, Romo and the red clap, they let's just say, like when it comes to aliens, I'm not a believer. So show me some pics of aliens, dead or alive, or an actual flying saucer, but not a UFO, because the meaning of UFO is unidentified flying object. So keep sliding in the mud to motivate your team, and we'll be the judge, Coach Judge. Sweet. Yeah, they like that mud sliding. But yeah, I have them at number 2. And that's even with Daniel Jones. All right, the Eagles, I have them at number 3. I love the recent quote by Jalen Hurts. Rent is due every day, but you will be evicted by D-Law if your ass can't cash the check your mouth just deposit. All right. However, his ceiling is Dak's year 2, and that ain't bad. After all, JH2, which I call him, was benched. Now. Yeah. Oh, he's 1 now. Okay. Yeah, JH1 was benched in the last game of the season by Dougie Poo for a guy I call Suds. All right. Coming up the rear, the Washington football team. This is why, Dubs. I mean, I see all the talent and everything, but something just tells me, right? I don't trust Fitzpatrick, Fitzmagic, or Fitztragic because of his lack of consistency. And Dub's team aren't going to be as surprising as they were last year, which was the play calling of Scott Turner. Now we've got tape. So let's just say.
Yeah, but you should see. I'm telling you, you should see Heineke hooking up with Diamo Brown in OTAs.
Yeah, I'm watching. I'm right here.
Thing, man.
But here's the thing: you brought in this dude. How long is it gonna take these guys to realize? You know what? I think we got to go with Heineke because, or is it just we're still stuck on Fitz magic? You know. So we'll see, man. We'll see. All right. So now that we realize that, you know, many things can happen in the course of an off season. Let's see what else. Who has the best fan base in our division?
This is Homer City.
You think so? Okay, let's go.
Is it obvious? I mean, the only fan base that has a jail in their stadiums has the best fan base. If you're willing to get into legal trouble over your fandom, I feel like there is no question as to what fan base is the best in this division. It's the Eagles. They're the most loyal, and they're the most
eliminate
crazy.
Y'all right away. The fact that you got a jail cell underneath there.
Yes, they'll do anything for their team.
You said the best, not the most criminalized.
That's just no. The criminal aspect means we're super passionate and we will risk our own freedom for them Eagles.
Yeah, spending the night in that jail. Spending the night in that jail is on the bucket list of every Eagles fan.
I'm telling you, man.
It really is, though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of curious about it. I mean, I don't know if I want to spend the night there. I'd rather just like look at it. Give me like a stadium tour.
Right.
I'll say the second would be Dallas fans.
Okay.
They are. They love their team. It's always Super Bowl every year.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen a team say we're going to the Super Bowl so many times in the offseason as much as the Dallas fans do.
Even doing a 1 in 15 year, we're going to the Super Bowl, baby.
Exactly. I mean, come on. I never seen. Like I said, there's rational fans like every other fan in this division, but the Dallas there's a huge amount of irrationality with that fan base. So it's the allure of their team, I guess.
That's
and of
why
course,
I gotta be analytical, man.
America's team label, I guess. I feel like America's team should be the Patriots because they won the most and they are actually representing America, a Patriot.
Not the city of Boston, though.
Not the city, yes, not the city of Boston, but the team. because
of the name, Patriots. Yeah, that's about it. And yes, they've been winning. Yeah.
My third fan base would be Washington football team because they're very reserved, but they know when their team is good and they know their team's strengths. So they're very in depth and they know a lot of intangibles with their squad. I mean, to be loyal enough to live through a name change, hey. That's me. I would be upset if my team changed their name, but it wouldn't make me leave the team. Right. And of course, all the antics of Dan Snyder. I mean, come on, to stick with the team through all that is crazy. So I'll give them that. And of course, the midgets are last because they're very non-existent to me. I never really seen many Giants fans around me. I've come across they're like a.
I know them so well. Trust me, you don't want to know them. They're like New York Knicks fans.
I don't know them. That's the thing.
They're waiting for them to have any sign of being good, and then their mouths. Oh, trust me.
Yeah, they're a lot of Chihuahua-esque, all bark and no bite.
Bandwagon fans.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
They're not. They're just like just mean for no reason. I don't understand why you're so mean. You got championships. You got. Saquon.
Well, considering New York, all right, everyone's living on top of each other. There aren't a whole lot of trees. They're pretty. It makes sense. You know what I mean? Like I had a New Yorker come down here. I used to date and come visit me, and she was like, she saw a deer somewhere in Potomac or something like that. She yelled, "Stop the car! Stop the car! Look at the deer! Look like, Okay.
This is a normal.
Y'all look like y'all need
normal
nature.
Tuesday.
There's more birds than just pigeons, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my list for the top fan base.
All right. Dubs.
All right, brace yourselves because this is where the homers activity ends. Number one fan base in our division, hands down, is the Dallas Cowboys. And I unfortunately am smacked in the back of the head with that fact every time the Cowboys play in DC.
Mm-hmm.
And there are so many, it's disgusting to see how many Cowboys jerseys there are in the stands when the Cowboys come and play in DC, man. But you have to keep in mind, DC is a very transient area. Not a lot of people who live in DC are actually from DC.
It's very true.
DC is one of the few areas that has a Packers bar, a Raiders bar, a Cowboys bar. I mean, you go to lots of bars in the DC area have rooms for the Packers, for the Raiders, so all these traditional teams. So it's because it's such a transient area, they have to appeal to everyone. So yeah, but Dallas's following is pretty strong, definitely. Mm-hmm. Of all the away teams that come to play to DC, Dallas always has the strongest following.
True.
The second one for me is definitely Philly. I tell you, man, I've had the unfortunate misfortune of actually going to one game at the vet
did that
between Washington and Philly. And me and my buddies said, we're not going to wear anything Washington. We're going to sit and mind our business. We're not going to say a word to anybody. And I'm telling you, man,
they sniffed y'all out.
They sniffed us out.
They definitely did. I know they did.
Look, they sniffed us out, and they knew things about my mother and my sisters that I could never have imagined. And all I could do was sit there to save my life and say, "Jeez. You're right, buddy. Yeah, you're right."
Dead on.
Make it home safe. We left at halftime, man.
Boy,
it was bad. But yeah, Philly, hands down, number 2 to me.
Okay.
Washington is number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no. Actually, I'm going Giants number 3.
Okay.
Because Giants fans talk. They're not loud, but they talk a good game.
Yeah.
I gotta give it to them. Even the female Giants fans talk a good game.
Yeah. I must say.
Yeah. And last is Washington to me because the DC area is so transient that sometimes, depending on who we're playing, we look on TV. We look like in the stands. We look like we're outnumbered.
Yeah.
But there's one other special reason that I have DC number 4, and that's this. I went to a Monday night game 2 seasons ago. First Monday night game of the season. Kirk Cousins was at quarterback, and it was Washington versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay? Now, I don't know who thought of this promotion, but it was the dumbest damn promotion I've ever seen in my life. Washington's colors are burgundy and gold. Steelers colors are black and yellow. Steelers have the terrible towels. Someone in the Washington organization figured that they were going to hand out yellow towels to DC fans for a Monday night game, and they thought that as they were waving them, that you on TV could see that there's a section of the towel that's burgundy for Washington. Well, and you know what? And I'm in the stadium and I'm thinking, I'm walking in, I'm thinking this is not going to go well, but more importantly, this is going to look really bad on national TV.
Terrible towels.
Oh, and my gosh, man, I'm telling you, when we were at the game in the stadium, and
Boy.
then Redskins fans start waving these towels.
Mhm.
Someone was there with a little TV screen watching it on Monday Night Football as well. And
Mhm.
you could see it looked like Redskins fans were cheering on the Steelers.
Oh my gosh.
So look,
Uh,
I'll never be able to wipe that out of my memory. I'm sorry.
Miss. That's a
Yeah,
big
yeah.
miss.
So that's a major miss,
Jeez.
and it was just bad, just absolutely bad. So yeah,
Terrible. Terrible. Mm. All right. So I guess it leaves me. Homer City, baby. Yeah. Cowboy fans are diehard fans, with the exception of our boy Wiggy, aka Kenny
that's right,
Wigmore,
Kenny Big
who
Boy.
bailed on us when legendary coach Tom Landry went 3-13 in '88. You remember that?
Mhm.
And the following season, with rookie head coach Jimmy Johnson and QB Troy Aikman at the helm in '89, going 1-15. It was enough for Kenny. Wiggy was like, I'm out. So when our only victory that year came against Dub's Washington football team, if you can remember that,
I do.
which we celebrated very well, 1-15, but we beat y'all. Washington football team fans had a great history. That's why I have y'all at number 2, right? But hear me out. During the RFK Stadium days, I must admit, I mean, the history,
You're rocking.
right? But after leaving DC and relocating just down the street at FedEx Field in Largo, Maryland, then inheriting these refugee fans from other cities, now they have become, as MJ refers to them as, a wine and cheese crowd. So going to a game is now just an outing or a decent first date. So other than Dubs and a handful of other Washington football team fans, these fair weather fans have low football IQs, like you said, probably the guy who came up with the waving the towel. I have heard them even cheering and being boisterous when their offense was in possession of the football.
you can go
Boy.
to their game in the opposite jerseys, and they'll be like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah.
They
Anyway,
wouldn't even say
so, but
anything bad to you.
I still have y'all at 2. Eagles fans are violent, crazy misfits, except for Chris B and a handful of others I
I'm the
know.
upstanding one,
Right.
and a realist.
So, they once beat up Santa Claus. They throw batteries at you at games. I mean, you heard.
And they
snowballs
cheered
at your
Michael
mom.
Irvin breaking his neck.
Exactly. They cheered my boy Michael Irvin for breaking his neck. Yeah. And of course, up the Noompa, I have midget fans and big mouth delusional rat bastards who somehow jump states to become Steeler fans, etc., etc. But never do they stay in state to root for the Jets, Jets, or the Buffalo Bills for that matters. So you know what I call them? Sick riders, sub AD for those S's. And what do you have? Exactly. Who raised you? Yeah, man. They're horrible, man. They're horrible.
Yeah.
So
I break it down to the bone bristle. Hell speaking, stunt missile, heat seeking. Johnny blazing, nightmares like West Craven. Niggas gunning. My third eye seen it coming before it happened.
guess what time it is, y'all? It's time for the MLB Dubs, double plays, and doubles, or doubles and double plays, however you like it. Take it away.
All right. So I got to sing a little something for y'all.
Okay.
Guess who's back? Back again. Guess who's back? Tell a friend. MLB, not Major League Baseball, but minor leaguer with major league. Major leaguer with minor league brains.
Yes, that's there it goes.
Yes.
Some idiota.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Our first award for the 2021 season goes to none other than one Mickey Callaway. Have you heard?
Oh,
Nope.
I think I
Mickey
saw
Callaway
a screen flash, but
was the pitching coach for the Los Angeles Angels.
oh, that dude.
Yes. So I'm just going to read a little something for you boys real quick. It's pretty crazy. Mickey Callaway banned until at least the end of the 2022 season. He's fired by the LA Lakers. LA Angels. LA Angels pitching coach Mickey Callaway has been placed on ineligible list through the end of the 22 season following Major League Baseball's investigation into his alleged sexual misconduct, details of which were originally shared by The Athletic. Okay. So just hear this real quick. In February, Major League Baseball's investigation played out over a 3-month period. So in February, Callaway initially denied any wrongdoing. Okay, now let's go back a little bit. When he denied that any wrongdoing, he denied it because 5 women, all of whom work in sports media, accused Callaway of inappropriate behavior that included sending shirtless photos, requesting nude pictures, and in one instance, thrusting his crotch in a reporter's face while she attempted an interview. Okay? Now,
yeah, jockeyage or something?
Yeah, that's right. Now, keep in mind, back in February, when these accusations came out, he denied any wrongdoing. Okay? But then, when he issued his statement after his firing, in his statement, he says, "To be clear, I never intended to make anyone feel this way, and didn't understand that these were interactions might do that or violate MLB policies." Come on now. Come on now.
He must be living in the Stone Age.
He's got to be. And this is a married guy, family guy.
Yeah. I didn't do anything wrong.
Married, you did all this.
Yes. Oh.
Yes.
I mean.
Yes. To be clear, I never intended to make anyone feel this way and didn't understand. How do you not know that they might violate MLB policies?
He is a winner and a work of art.
Yeah.
That makes no sense to me.
Yeah. So he is our first 2021 major leaguer with minor league brain.
Duh.
There he goes.
Right.
There he is.
Because that explanation is beyond.
Man.
Yeah, that is.
Well, he'll be hired. He'll be back. He'll be back somewhere. Someone will, take a chance on him.
I don't know. We'll see. You had that broadcaster last season.
I know where he's
who
fired.
Lost his job,
yeah.
And he's actually been trying to get back with someone. They won't.
The guy from North Carolina, right?
They won't even have him doing a minor league game because he made racially insensitive comments on air when he didn't realize that his mic was hot. So
I thought he said something about that city. He called it F Town.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, my man going hard.
Yeah, man.
I know where old boy is fired at though, his marriage, because
well, then again, you never know. I mean, she might, roll with it, man. After my man, what's his name? Slick Willie, the new Slick Willie. It's like, every once a year, take that trip. I got that pass, baby.
You know what?
Breadwinner.
In the hashtag Me Too movement, if there's any one thing that's been up on the uptick is wives getting hall passes.
Yeah. Hey, in South Africa now, a woman can marry 2 men legally.
Are you really?
Really? Oh, polygamy is on the rise.
Super progressive.
Very progressive. I'm like, go do your thing. I mean, who am I to say you can't do that? You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Get your freak on.
Crazy, man.
2 husbands. That's a pimp right there.
She was giving both of them cake during the incomes? Hey, you should see them I was sending you the stuff on their wedding day, right? All of them had on pink, and she gave one a piece of cake. I'm like, what? It was crazy, man.
She should have faked like she was feeding to both of them and then smashed it in both their faces.
Faces.
I know
Let us find
her
the fact
mother
that she's both the king
very
and the
proud.
queen.
Her mother's very proud.
Oh man.
Get that money. Get that money.
Mm-mm.
Collect. Secure
All
that
right.
bag.
Yeah. So this MLB segment is called Dubs, Doubles, and Double Plays.
Right.
So I'm going to give you guys some stats. I'm going to ask you some questions.
Okay.
Okay. And it's all focused on doubles and double plays. Okay.
Gotcha.
So first one is about doubles.
Okay.
Just throw some numbers out there for what you think might be the highest number of doubles ever hit in one season by one player.
$60.
How about you, Chris B?
75.
Oh, Pete got it. The highest
50.
number is 67.
Right in the middle.
67, right in the middle.
All
That was
right.
done by one Earl Webb of the Boston Red Sox back in 1931.
Okay.
In recent history, the recent highest is 58, which was hit in 2019 by Nick Castellanos, who did that. He spent part of the year with Detroit and then another part of the year with Chicago Cubs.
Okay.
That same Nick Castellanos is in the top 5 of doubles so far this year with 16. Yeah. All right, so this is Dubs and Dubs, okay?
Okay.
How many players have hit 4 doubles in a game, in one game? 4 doubles in a game.
This year.
Not this year, but
in
this
history.
In history. And remember, this is Dubs and Dubs.
5.
Let's be.
3.
All right, you're not listening. This is Dubs and Dubs. Dubs means double, 2. 2.
Only 2.
2 players. And the funny thing is, 2 different players, and both of these 2 different players, they both did it twice. So Dubs and Dubs.
That's
Okay.
funny.
So Billy Werber of Boston Red Sox in 1935. Boston Red Sox 1935, and in 1940 with the Cincinnati Reds. Those two times in each of those seasons, he hit 4 doubles in a game.
Wow.
And the other one was Albert Bell, who did it twice in the same season. In 1999, August 1999 with the Baltimore Orioles, and in September 1999 with the Baltimore Orioles.
I don't know why I said 5. I should have said 4 because it's kind of hard to go hit the site. I mean, go around 5 times. Usually it's about, unless it's a very high
This isn't the
scoring
cycle
game.
though. This is doubles.
Right. Dubs and double
Yeah.
play. But I'm thinking like how many times they're going to go around 5
yeah.
times to back.
Yeah,
Unless it's a
that's
real
true.
high scoring
Yeah.
game.
That's true. Yeah, those high scoring games.
Should have
Yeah.
said 4.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So throw out a number for what you think is the highest number of doubles by one team in one season. If a player, if
200. 200. Yeah.
Crispy?
It's probably more.
By an entire team?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's probably more.
I'd go 150.
All right. 376.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I knew I was
way
way
off.
short.
In
I was like, if
2000
one guy hit 60, I'm like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
2008, the Texas Rangers. And believe it or not, they were not the highest scoring team that season.
Damn.
Crazy.
Long ball. There must have been a lot of home runs.
Yeah. So now let's go on the bad on the defensive and or bad side.
Okay.
So defensively,
Mhm.
who do you think is the number one double play duo in MLB history? Double play duo, which means they're completing a double play.
Derek Jeter or Ozzy. What are we doing? Derek Jeter and I'm looking for a second baseman. Who was the second baseman for the Yankees then?
You are very close.
Ozzy and somebody, or is it Derek Jeter? All right, it's Derek Jeter. I forgot the other guy's name.
So Jeter and the person that you can't think of, they're in the top 6. And that person you can't think of is Robinson Cano.
Cano.
Yeah, I was like, I
Okay.
knew. Yeah, the name
yeah,
escaped me too. I was like, yo, I know this guy name.
Okay, so number one.
Number 1, Lou Whitaker and Alan Trammell, Detroit
Wow,
Tigers.
for the Detroit Tigers. Damn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they turned more than 1,100 double plays together, which is a major league record. They also played 1,874 games together, which is
Right.
3rd all time for teammates.
What about Cal Ripken? Was he in there somewhere?
Cal Ripken's not even in the top
Damn.
30.
What? He's
not-
Iron
he's
Man.
not
He
in the
played all
top-
those games.
Yeah.
He's not in the top 30 for double play duos because he constantly dealt with different first
Different
basemen.
guys. Gotcha.
Right. However,
Gotcha.
he is, but you're on the right path. He is in the discussion for he's in the top 5
Mhm.
of shortstops who have turned
Double plays. Gotcha.
Yeah.
He's number 3 at 1,565.
Where's Ozzy?
Ozzy's number 2 at 1,590.
Oh. And Derek Jeter?
Derek Jeter's number 6 at 1,480.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
that sounds about right.
Yeah, there is one current active player who's in the top 30. He's number 27, and that's Elvis Andrus, and he's at 1,076.
Okay.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
we can still pad them stats.
You can still pad him. Yes, yes. So, all right. So we talked about that. We're talking about that. Okay. All right. Now, on the opposite end of the batting spectrum, double plays hit into in a season, or in a career. Who do you think? Think of someone that you wouldn't think
Slow.
was on that list.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of someone slow who can
Slow?
really.
But this guy is pretty slow.
I would say Mark McGuire.
No, didn't even make the list.
Sammy Sosa.
No, but it is a brother though.
Reggie Jackson. Nah.
No,
Is he a Yankee?
Jim Rice of the Boston Red Sox.
Oh yeah, Jim Rice.
He hit.
He was a home run guy.
Yeah, he hit into 36 double plays in 1984.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. In one season, the most doubles. Not in one season. I'm sorry. Cal Ripken was. Hold on. I'm off. Albert Pujols has the record for most double plays hit into in a career by one player.
Damn.
And that's 406.
He's trying to play till he's 100. That's why.
Yeah, 406.
I mean, he's what, 6th on the all-time home run list, I think.
Yeah, and Cal Ripken is second behind him with 350 double plays that he hit into.
Cal.
Yeah.
Isn't Pujols on the Dodgers now too?
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
Mhm.
Yep. Now
Richie,
this is interesting. Doubles hit for a career. There is only the highest is 792. Or the highest is 792. The lowest in the top 10 is 640. And Albert Pujols is right in the middle. He's number 5 at 669 doubles hit in his career. Yeah.
Well, I mean, his offense is on and off.
Yeah, it is. And it's been more off lately, which is why he's bouncing around right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is his batting average right now? Is it like one
Um,
something?
When he was dropped by the Angels,
Angels.
it was like 181.
Uh,
And I don't know what his stats look like now that he's with the Dodgers, but
given how pitching is going, there's a lot of people batting 181.
well, remember
Yeah.
last segment we were talking about the fact that pitchers have the upper hand because hitting coaches are telling guys, you know what? Don't worry about striking out. Just put the ball in play.
Wow.
It's crazy.
It's not a good course of action.
No. But remarkably so, I'm going to give you guys a quick update of where the standings are.
Okay.
And, there have been some drastic changes. A couple of weeks ago, I was basically ribbing the Dodgers for being a new team called the Lodgers. But you know what? There's been some many turnarounds all throughout the league. I mean, the Yankees went through a turnaround. They started out 5-10, and I was ribbing on them. And next thing you know, they're in a tie for first place.
Yep.
In the American League East right now, 5 games separate number 1, 2, and 3, which is the Tampa Bay Rays, the Red Sox, and the Yankees.
Oh.
4. 5 games separate 4 teams and the Blue Jays. So,
Sorry, Orioles.
Yeah, I know. I can't
Took
even
that picture.
You definitely saved it. I know for sure.
Yeah, but you know what that means, though?
What?
Our one commodity, John Means, that pitcher, he's probably going to be a trade deadline trade.
Damn.
That would be
Because
sad.
someone's going to offer us some young talent that we just don't have in our farm system.
Always building towards nothing.
Yep.
On a 9-game losing streak.
Yep.
The
Jeez.
continued cycle being
Crazy.
the Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah. In the American League Central, 5 games separate the top 3 teams: Chicago White Sox, Cleveland Indians, and Kansas City Royals. And that was supposed to be a division that the Twins would run away with, and they're 8.
Oh no, I picked the Sox. You remember?
Yeah,
On
you did
tape.
the Sox.
Yeah.
You picked the
Yeah.
Sox.
I'm doing pretty good. I got the
Yeah.
Astros.
Yeah.
Oh, we all got the Astros, I think.
Yeah. In the American League West, 5.5 games separate the top 3. Oakland is first. Houston Astros are 1 game behind, and then the Seattle Mariners are 5.5 behind.
Mm-hmm.
But they have a losing record. So
Right.
yeah. So and poor Mike Trout, as good as he is, his team just can never build up any pitching, and so he's, you know what? Honestly, I hate to say it, but he should not have signed that long-term contract with them. He should have waited another year and maybe signed with the Phillies and joined Bryce Harper, and then maybe Bryce Harper wouldn't be Mr. Irrelevant.
Yep.
Yeah, that would have been a crazy
They
pair.
They would have made each other more relevant. So
Exactly.
yeah. Out west in the National League East, that is.
Mm-hmm.
3 games are separating the top 4. Actually, 3.5 games are separating all 5 teams in the National League East. The Mets, the Phillies, the Braves, the Marlins, and the Nationals. The Nationals
close.
just 10 days ago, the Nationals were talking about the possibility of trading Max Scherzer because they weren't doing so well. Look at them now; they're only 3 games under 500.
Right,
But
they're
yet
in the thick of it.
3.5 behind in the standings. So
It's a battle in that division.
it is. It always is. National League Central, 5 games separate the top 4 clubs. The first one is the Chicago Cubs. Then the Cardinals, they're tied for first. And then you have the Brewers and the Reds. The Reds are 5 games under 500, but the other 3 are all at 500 or above. So, and out west, I was ribbing on the Dodgers, but look at them now. The Dodgers are 1 game.
We right on schedule.
They're right on schedule. So
Padres.
they're 1 game behind the Padres, and there's only 1 game between the top 3 teams: the Padres, the Dodgers, and the Giants. And then after that, it's the Rockies.
It's squalor. It's squalor.
They're just participating at this point.
Right. So we're at the 50 game point in Major League Baseball. So we're about 3 to 4 games away from completing the first third of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So in our next broadcast, I'll start giving you guys a little bit better updates of more detailed updates of where we are, what's going on, maybe some early reads on player of the year, pitcher of the year,
Gotcha.
all that good stuff. So
All the accolades.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Hey, bada. Swing. Bada.
That is MLB.
Yeah, Dubs, give it up for my man. Yes. Yeah, we cover all sports and even hockey, but not this year. Our Capitals aren't doing that well, so it's a sore spot.
I predicted it though.
Yeah, you did. They're in Cabo right now or somewhere in Europe.
First year coaches always have bad history in their first year in the playoffs with the Caps, so it was bound to happen.
All right, so we're gonna tackle the NBA right now, right? The NBA, Devin, that dude, or the dude, Luka, Ja, and Trey might be young, but they ready. Shout out to, no, I'm not gonna shout them out. Pick this. The movie Weird Science in the 80s had two unpopular nerds built their ultimate dream woman. Well, the ultimate NBA player was created in LeBron. We all know LBJ, the king. Like I said in our last episode, MJ's athleticism, Magic's vision, and the mailman Karl Malone's body and strength. However, his Achilles heel is his free throw shooting, which I can easily fix, y'all. Which has me questioning these coaches and their coaching staff in the league. And prior to that, you know, who's getting with these guys? I mean, that's one of the easiest parts of the game. So I don't know, you know, like Bill Wright taught us early, Dubs, like, you know, shooting free throws. That's something that you shouldn't be doing less than 75% unless you're not practicing it and you're practicing dunks and other things. His stance and body alignment is off at the line. That's the first thing I look. Most of them, their body alignment's off, along with most of the bad free throw shooters in and around the NBA, out of the NBA. Listen to me. You cannot be the GOAT unless you fix this. You can't. I mean, MJ, Kobe, all these guys. LeBron, holler at your boy, Uncle P, and I'll hook you up. Moving on. So, sticking with the movie thing, do y'all remember the movie with Mel Gibson, What Women Want? Mm-hmm. And then more recently, What Men Want with Taraji P. Henson, right?
Yes, TP.
Well, when LeBron hit that three and Steph gave him that look, what do you think his thoughts were?
It's quite simple. WTF. WTF.
Woo! I looked at him like it was a quick he hit me with one of my jumps.
You know, you stole my role.
You know, it be like that sometimes. Yeah. Chris B, what you think?
Before I give my statement, I have to grab something real quick.
All right.
While we're waiting for Chris B, I'm just going to put out there again. Black
Wall Street. I think LBJ has it. They're going to be releasing it. Was it this week or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Right.
The document with
Salima by Salima Karoma, I think her name is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely check it out. She said she tried to pitch it many a time, but they were like, nah, until, you know, so now she's giving me ideas.
Yeah, there's so much wrong. There's so much wrongdoing that went on with this, man.
Right.
All right, so this is what Steph was thinking when LeBron shot that shot.
Right.
Where can I sign up, baby? Let's go.
Can I join? Is it too late? Get around to it next year because he'll be a free agent, I think. At the end of the season.
Pick me.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that's the only way they're going to be able to compete with the other side. But all right. With me,
nowhere, man.
You never know, man. You never know.
He waits for his boy to get back, man. He's not going anywhere.
Okay.
I mean, he has one season to play with them and for him to make his final.
Right.
If they don't scrape the playoffs with Klay Thompson, he's definitely
he's gone. He's gone because now you're messing with his legacy. Because now he's going to see KD winning back to back and all that, and he ain't gonna want that. So keeping it 100 because that's how we roll on the 500-pound gorilla in the Zoom. He was thinking, man, that was some lucky shit, bro. I bet you missed 8 times if you had 10 to take. But Bron pointed to his eyes, really saying,
Said,
I just bust your eyes with that J. So take your ass back to Oracle to play another playing game since you like them so much against the Grizz. Yeah. Because, he
we
likes
don't know what
playing.
happened then.
He loves the playing so much. So, hey. And LeBron said he ain't like that shit. So, All right, look. Last call before the ball falls. Who do you have in the finals and who wins the chip? So we need both. Who do you have in the finals, Chris B?
Nets, Lakers. I mean, it depends. The Lakers defense is still pretty stout there, and they put in work. So if they can put clamps on the Nets, which I think they can, it'll be a 7-game series. I tell you that, and it might be some greatness from LeBron again that we all might witness because as you show, he's been rising to the occasion so far, and he's the second highest in buzzer beaters or go ahead baskets in crunch time. I don't know why they said he wasn't clutch, and also he has a pretty high field goal percentage with those shots, by the way. And he's built for it. So I really hope that there's a 7-game series and we see something special from Mr. 23.
So if they meet up with Utah, you have them getting past Utah, obviously.
Oh yeah. I mean,
just want you on record. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm doing it.
Past Utah, yes. I think their biggest challenge.
This is the last call right here.
No. I think their biggest challenge in the West.
Okay.
Is their current series right now with the Suns.
Hey, you're sticking with it because I think Dubs and I kind of jumped off. We're like, man, we might have the field. Chris Paul gets hurt now. Everything changes. All right, Dubs. And so who do you have? You have them winning everything. Okay, right. Yes. All right. So Dubs, who you got?
Man, I wanted to go with the Lakers, but I've got Brooklyn going up against the Utah Jazz.
Woo!
And I have Brooklyn win the chip.
Okay. All right. You shocked me with that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm hanging on to my pick by a thread with the Lakers or the Acres, because they be aching, boy. And I'm definitely sticking with my pick with the Brooklyn Nets, better known as the Crooklyn AAU Nets, to complete the heist. Yeah, that's how I see it. LA, because everyone wants to see that KD going up against LeBron. Who wants to see Donovan Mitchell? And I think someone was talking about it earlier, like I don't really see the Quinn. Is that the coach for Utah? I don't see Quinn being that guy. Yeah, I don't see him and his staff out coaching Jason Kidd and Vogel together. I just don't see that happening, even if they're not 100%. All right. So we have that for that. Now, moving on to win, loss, or pause. Remember we had that a little while ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
New York City mayor going after Trae Young. Win, loss, or pause? B. Did you hear what he said?
What did he say?
Okay, he said that Trae doesn't play the right way. He says because he tries to get fouls instead of, I don't know what he's watching, but yeah, that's what he said.
That's a bona fide loss. I'm sorry, especially when they came in and took home court that first game with that buzzer beater. Saying Trae Young doesn't know how to play basketball is a loss. I'm sorry.
And I heard he also roots for the Boston Red Sox, and he's the mayor of New York.
What is up with that?
Go figure. Never let that out.
Keep that under wraps. You're not getting reelected. You're not getting reelected.
You're not getting reelected on that.
Do not disclose.
I know. Dubs.
Man. So this is where you just have to think, stay in your lane, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's a loss every day, all day.
Take that L.
Yeah. Stay in your lane. Just shut up.
Shut the F up. Well, you know what that is. That's a clean sweep because we are peeps.
Yes.
It's a big L for the rotten apple because he's given Ice Tray and the Hawks not bulletin board material, but touchscreen tablet material. Just shut up and act like you've been there before, or you've been here before. I don't know.
That's right.
But
That's right.
in his defense, it's been a while since the Knicks have been relevant. So now you see why I can't stand New Yorkers. Who raised you? All right. Moving on to Crash Dummy of the Week, y'all. As much as I hate this, too much of my chagrin. Zeke and his bad K9 parenting, low-key fading on your responsibilities as a dog owner, bro. I throw my man Zeke in there. And I can even throw the mayor in there too. All right. So moving along. Oh, yeah. After babyface Brad Stevens' recent high praise of the Brooklyn Nets, should the Celtics retain his services or should they part ways at the end of the season by sacking Brad? Dubs.
Number one, I think he needs to be sacked. He's had too much talent at his disposal and done nothing with it. And yeah, the Gordon Hayward injury, you can't predict something like that. But it's time for new blood. It's time for new leadership. It's time to go in a different direction. You know what I say?
What do you say?
If the Gilmore girls can come back, then they can bring back McHale's Navy. Kevin McHale for Celtics' new head coach.
Kevin McHale, that's who you got for the head coach? Okay.
Either him
All
or
right.
Bird.
Okay.
But I like McHale. That has a better ring.
Okay. B, what you say, man?
He's been coaching there for a minute, and he's gotten to 3 conference finals.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get rid of that? That's consistent success almost. They just can't get over the hump, and they just need either some talent or
Man, they had Kyrie, they had Tatum, they had Jaylen Brown, and if you can't win with that,
yeah, but he's
now you got
soft.
Kemba.
He's too soft.
He's soft. He is soft.
It's like some of the chemistry between those players was in question. I mean, you can only do so much. You can get your team, but so far the team has to get them there as well. So you've 3 out of, like I said, 4 seasons, 3 conference finals. I don't think you should get rid of them. I think you just got to find the right pieces to get that mesh and chemistry so they can get over that hump. That's it.
Got you. It seems that the luck of the Irish has run amok. Yep. I say sack him because superstars Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and his former college sweetheart, Gordon Hayward, who saw the writing on the wall and skipped town, we're not going anywhere, and they're not following him down that rabbit hole. Plus, if you look at the statistic, he is sending the Celtics on a downward path from a 2016-2017 season number 1 seed with 53 wins to a 2021 season number 7 seed play-in with 36 wins. That's not going to get it done.
Yeah.
Along with his loss of the locker room, I say be gone. Oh, see, I thought we're gonna catch him next week.
Oh, we have to, man.
And who would you so you're keeping him. So now here's my replacements for him. My replacements are either Mark Jackson or David Vanderpool. I think they should be interviewed.
Oh, I didn't think about
just in that order. In that order. Oh, righty. What do we have? I think it's yeah, it's either or. Okay. NBA 2021 awards. Who do you have for Coach of the Year? B. Rapid fire.
Monty Williams.
Monty Williams. Dubs.
Same.
Clean sweep because we are
Clean sweep.
peeps. All right. Rookie of the year. Who do you guys have?
I mean, LaMelo, I guess.
LaMelo.
Just because his team is in a higher standing. The Wolves are still like bottom of the league.
Right. Dubs.
I'm going completely against the curve. I'm throwing stats out the door.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing all the traditional elements of Rookie of the Year out the door.
Okay.
My pick for Rookie of the Year is none other, and Pete, you're going to throw up, Danny Arpia of the Washington Wizards.
Why? Please tell me why. Yeah.
Because on April 22nd, before he went down with the injury, they were in the middle of a 6-0 run.
That's true.
He got injured, and they
started slipping.
Right, they started slipping. They went 9-5, but they had some tougher games after he left, after he got injured. And they still made a good playoff push, and they made it in.
Yep.
But the more important thing is this. His coach was forcing him into the starting lineup when he shouldn't have been.
Yep.
And since he hasn't been there, their entire player rotation has been much more seamless, much better, and they have been the most efficient offensive team in the NBA since then. And so if they can be that much, if they can be that much better without you, then you obviously are having some type of impact.
All right. With the crazy. Anthony Edwards, I have as Rookie of the Year. Okay. Depoy, which is a dish in Africa, which is Defensive Player in the Year. Who do you guys have?
Gobert.
Rudy.
Who
you got? Who you got, Chris?
Yeah, I guess I'll go Gobert.
Clean sweep. Gobert. Yeah, I was thinking about somebody else, but it has to be Gobert. All right. Shmoy. That's what does Shmoy stand for? Sixth Man of the Year. Who do you guys have?
Clarkson.
JC.
JC.
Jordan Clarkson. JC.
Yeah.
I got the guy who's in the playoff who went for 26 last night and
Derrick Rose
catapulted the Knicks. Those Knicks fans bumping their gums and climbing, taking selfies, climbing poles, all that stuff. Derrick Rose.
Spitting on Trae Young.
Yeesh.
All right. Come on. Class. Have some class.
My boy. MIPOY. Most Improved Player of the Year.
Orange Julius.
Everybody's going for Julius. I went for Jeremy Grant. Okay. All right. I guess no one saw that.
I mean, the difference is that he played good and his team's fifth seeded.
In the playoffs. I got you.
Fourth seeded.
I'll give that to the coaching though. However, MVP. Who you guys got?
Joel Embiid.
Yeah. At the same time. All right. Well, I chose Jokic for some reason. I have him as Jokic. Yeah, because they didn't skip a beat when they lost Jamal Murray. However, when Embiid's out, they still win.
Yeah, but Embiid's team still had a better record.
And first seed.
Well, I say that's on coaching. That's on Doc, if anything.
And they're up 2-0.
I think Embiid was more consistent than Jokic, though. Jokic has low games, big games, low games, big games, and that's how he gets to his average of 26.5 points a game. Embiid's been more consistent.
Embiid's been hurt a lot, though.
He's been hurt. He only missed 10 games. He missed 10 games.
Just 10 games?
Yeah.
So he played 62, and my man plays 72. Okay.
Yeah, but he's been consistent, and he's always filling the stat sheet, man.
Okay.
So.
Got it.
I just like his consistency. That's why.
Okay. All right. Well, check it out. Continuing with Ida Or. Recently, there's a lot of talk about Julio Jones, right? New nesting locations for Falcons Julio Jones. Who y'all got? Either Baltimore or Seattle. Those are your choices.
Baltimore.
He'll be
used a lot more in Baltimore. Yeah. They already have a pretty good receiving core in Seattle.
Baltimore only because that means we want to play him.
Okay.
Yeah, that too. I do not want to see Julio
I
Jones.
say Seattle
Russell
though,
Wilson.
dog. You know why? Because I don't think he needs to be that number one receiver. He's getting injured too often now in his late career. And if he goes there, you already got DK Metcalf and other guys, and they can somehow work him in. And I know Russ would know how to use him perfectly. But like y'all said, I wouldn't want to face him. So for that matter, then I want him to go to Baltimore. But yeah, I'll choose Seattle as a new nesting for him to go. All right. Who y'all have, man? The Splash Brothers and KD or the Cash Brothers and KD? Y'all know who that is, right? Cash Brothers being Kyrie and James Harden, and the Splash Brothers being Steph and Clay.
I still take the Splash.
Splash.
Yeah, Splash Brothers were way more formidable. I
Yeah.
mean that paired with KD's game much better. Having two dead-eye snipers on the outside, you can do whatever you want. I mean, you got two ball dominant guys with a little bit of jumper. It'll get you there, but there's still some questions. Like everyone's still thinking the Sixers might walk away with the East.
Who?
That's big.
You?
I don't think they don't. I don't think they'll walk away with the East. No, I don't think the Sixers will get it. But there's other people out there saying that they'll probably it'll be a battle.
I'll tell you guys, like I told you guys earlier on in the year, right? When I look at those guys right there, right? I look at them winning this year and them repeating next year. Unless Steph goes to the Lakers, it's going to be a repeat of what happens this year, okay? Or unless Russell Westbrook goes to the Lakers, if they get another point guard other than my man Goldie, they're going to be winning that. And I mean, the Cash Brothers, I mean, if I look at, do I want Kyrie or do I want Klay Thompson? Give me Kyrie. Do I want Steph or James Harden, the beard? Give me the beard because he's a legitimate point guard. He's not a hybrid shooting guard. He's not going to give me those 10 assists. He can score, but he's not going to set the table for these guys. So, and I don't know if y'all watched the first two games, but I think when they get to the second round and whoever they see, Philly or whatever, or not Philly, but it's Philly.
And that's when we'll either see Milwaukee.
They'll see Milwaukee. Once you see what they do to Milwaukee, because Milwaukee's having a cakewalk right now. But when they get to the next series, you'll see what I'm talking about.
I don't know. They might give him a run for their money. Who's stopping Giannis? Who's stopping Giannis on that Nets team?
Giannis, they'll make him a jump shooter. Trust me.
No,
Giannis got to play defense. It's not like now. Who is Giannis checking right now on Miami?
Bam.
Yeah. They'll make
bam. Now you got to check KD. It's a big difference.
They're going to turn him into
They have to check him. Remember that. He can still go off.
They're going to open up the Giannis rules.
Boxing one. If you box in one of them, his jumper is not going to beat you. I've watched Giannis. He's still struggling with that shot. Love you to death,
but he has shooters now. You saw what they did to Miami. But
that's against Miami. That's not against Kyrie and James Harden and Joe. What's his name?
Joe Harris.
Joe Harris. And the other guy, there's another guy that's
defensively, I don't believe in them. Who is stopping their offense? This might be one of the big shootouts of if Milwaukee and the Nets meet up in the next round, it's going to be a high scoring affair. Okay. And it's going to be who has the better defense. And I definitely don't think Nets have the better defense.
I think the Nets have a sneaky defense.
They got sneaky good defense, bro. When they're ready to lock in, and you know what I noticed? And this is where I think that when you pick the Lakers, you're not factoring in. They never showed their hand the whole season, what it's like to play against all three of them, especially when it comes to the West. And they were beating teams in the West without all three of them together. So when it's the shock of all three of them being together, like this guy's going to beat you, that guy's going to beat you, this guy's going to beat you. And then you know what? When you're concentrating on them, this Joe Harris guy has wide open threes. And believe me, he's not leading the NBA for no reason.
Yeah. I forgot one thing. When the Nets played the Lakers without LeBron and AD, they got shellacked. And they only had two of all three.
They had two stars, exactly.
Yeah. But you get slapped by their reserves.
Okay.
Wait till LeBron and AD.
I hope that's the final. I hope. Me and you both picked them to go. Dubz picked Utah. We gonna see.
Needs that to be the final.
We gonna see. All right, let's move forward. Fire and Ice which is Russ and Brad, or just Blaze, Dame and CJ.
That's tough.
I'd say
That's difficult.
Russ and Brad.
Russ and Brad.
Yeah.
Who you got?
Because really, Dame is good and CJ's good, but they ain't done nothing yet.
Man, you off
And
camera.
they've been together longer.
You look like the
and
one-eyed bandit.
I definitely would give Russ and Brad. So if you give Russ and Brad the same amount of time, I got them doing bigger things than Dame and CJ.
Yes.
So I'm going Russ and Brad.
Yes.
Russ
That's
and
the
Brad.
eloquent
Clean
way of saying what I meant to say. Yes.
You know it's got to be Russ and Brad, man. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Don't play with me. All right, I got another win, loss, or pause before we shut this down. Fury and Wilder 3. Tyson the Fist of Fury against or versus Deontay.
I knew this was going to happen.
You a wild boy, Wilder.
I knew this was going to happen. Fury's been bumping his gums. He was walking around with his chest out, but he has to see him. And they already knew there was going to be a 3-fight thing because they already agreed to this before in the contract.
Trilogy.
So you can't even skip him. Why would you try and take the title and run with it? You can't do it when you already agreed. So I'm glad. I hope Wilder's smart enough to not wear a 50-pound entrance attire and actually comes in with his mind, that you've been humbled now and anybody can be the champ. So you need to come in with the same mindset.
So it's a win.
Yes, it's definitely a win. I'm definitely gonna be tuning in.
Okay, that's a clean sweep. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm definitely tuning into that.
Yeah.
Hopefully this time he trains better.
I don't want to see Fury fighting Joshua. That's just an ugly fight.
Yeah, no one wants to see that.
Wilder fighting Joshua, definitely.
All right, y'all. Now we're at the what is this? Oh. Man, we put in some work today, y'all. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think next week we gotta talk a little bit more about this Lakers and Nets because we're getting a little passionate about that.
We'll be getting closer to it.
Yes, sir.
It's a match made. It's a match made in heaven. I'm like, no one understands how these rosters are built to go against each other.
Hey, I'm already guaranteeing y'all on this side, the Nets are in there. Now, y'all got to take care of business on that side of the bracket.
Oh, it's just rust. They haven't played for how many games? Come on.
All right.
It doesn't matter how great you are. If you haven't been doing it for a while, you're going to
put up 130 in game 2 of the round 1.
Yeah. The other team is getting blown out right now. Miami Heat. Miami Heat ain't the Heat of last year. They weren't in the bubble. In the bubble, Hero and all those guys. Hero. They didn't have Oladipo last year, but Hero could, as a young guy, could focus in. Now they're moving around. It's not the same Hero. He's not my hero. That's for sure.
Got the sophomore jinx right now because he wants to party in the Miami scene. They're really concerned about him now.
Oh.
Yeah, his decision making off the court.
Send him to the Wizards. We might do something better. Well, then again, this is a party city too, so
it's a party scene almost in any major city.
Yeah. If you got that money, you can party anywhere. It's a party wherever you go.
All right.
All right. Now to the joke of the episode. All right. Okay. Hey y'all, check this out. I was at a bar, not too long ago, and I met this astronaut, and she told me that she was claustrophobic, and I was like, "What?" She was like, "Yeah." So she needed me to give her some space. I was like, "Oh, okay." Snuck that in on you. All right, got another one for you. How do you drown a hipster? Just throw him into the mainstream. Hey yo.
That's good. I like that one.
Here we go for the finale. A lie has many variations, but the truth none. Also, the truth runs marathons and lies run sprints. Let that marinate. Men lie, women lie, scoring jump-offs lie, politicians lie. Tristan Thompson and the Slippers be lying. Steve Kerr and Becky with good hairline. The streets are talking, and you didn't have a successful season, Kerr. And you're not a thug, fam. All right. So Guan, take them L's. You know what opinions is? Opinions are mostly lies. This one I really didn't like. Vanessa Bryant lied, according to Kobe's parents. Messy. Also, Belichick lied, according to ex-Super Bowl winning quarterback with the Bears, Jim McMahon. And when he was cut by the Browns in 95, he told Bill to kiss his ass. And that he was a lying piece of shit after Billy Ragamuffin Belichick had promised earlier to sign him. Even the Dalai Lama and the Pope and Mother Teresa told some lies, but never has a ball in my eye. Shout out to Rasheed Wallace. And big ups to Doyle Mitchell of Industrial Bank, serving the Washington, D.C. and Prince George's County communities since 1934. And Mary Bazzini of Godman Power in Springfield, Virginia, with the Godman Grid solar power generators. Get with the future, y'all. And to Yes We See Fashions, and that's yes in 3 languages: English, Francais, and Espanol. And Richie Rich and his Parkables, PARKERABLE.com, with the Peach Challenge, as well as the PGC Tribe in Maryland, that is. Also to Aleem and Joe with Storytime Production. And last but not least, D2, aka DJ Swig and Swig Entertainment. And like those days in the late 80s and early 90s, pre-cancel culture, when dwarf tossing at bars was it. But now it's not, I guess. And the NBA's Hornets, Spurs, Pacers, Celtics, after playing 4 games versus the Nets, and obviously the Heat as well. And the Warriors, who are on their way to Cabo to play. And hopefully, like after those fashion trends being the mullet and skinny jeans. And after months of having cabin fever, with now the lifting of COVID restrictions. Ooh, wait a minute. And like that dude who ran up on Jermaine O'Neal at the Rumble in the Palace, or the Malice in the Palace, and thought he was sweet and caught that fade. We out. Who raised you, fam?
No, who else is lying? Rick Carlisle. He said that during the series, Rondo's calling out their plays, and that's why they don't run many plays.
What?
Rondo played for the Mavericks in 2014-15 season.
You know who else is lying?
Who?
Tyronn Lue.
There's a lot of pressure on you right now.
That's why I said the slippers.
We're not worried. You're down 0-2 and you're going on the road.
You call them the dippers because they dipped their seeding.
You're worried. We ain't
get dunked on by Luka Doncic. That's a lot of D's right there. How you go? Yeah. The dippers.
It ain't looking good for them right now, man. At it all. Hey, Chris B, real quick, shout out. What bar are you at again? I mean, club.
Fishtails in Ocean City.
In Ocean City, Maryland. So for y'all out there who want to go have a good time,
Rage.
Hit your man up. He'll be there DJing. He has his residency. He's getting it in. After I get my shots, I guess I'll get up there. But right now,
I got my shots already, and I'm still wearing a mask though.
Okay.
I mean,
cool. I gotta get my shot, and I gotta get to my Theragun. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little sore lately. A little too much exercising. Anyway, y'all, it's been real. Another episode in the books of the 500-pound gorilla in the Zoom. And definitely, I want you guys to pay attention to my man's background, Black Wall Street, Greenwood. Yes, it wasn't some fictitious story. It actually happened for all of those who didn't take Black history courses. Yeah, go get your mind right. And that's the man who made it possible. He's holding up his jersey right there. No other than LBJ, LeBron James. The King! We out!
We out.
Woo!